What up, YouTube? Welcome to my brand new music production channel. I go by the producer name Hard & Arrow, and today's video is going to be extra cool, if that's even a word, because we're going to go over how to make a song using the iPad Pro 2. And when I mean make a song, I mean producing the instrumental, recording the vocals, and mixing the track, putting it all together, making it sound like $1,000,000, or 0.000004 cents from the one stream I may get from this. But either way, it's all good. So make sure to stick around. Leave comments below if you have any questions. Make sure to subscribe. And last but not least, thanks for being part of this journey. I really appreciate it. If you're still around after 30 seconds, it means I'm not that annoying. Yeah. Stay tuned.
All right. My favorite part, the instrumental. So for this beat, I'm going to save you guys the 3 hours that it probably took me to make this beat, and I'm going to just go over each section for you guys, kind of piece by piece to make it a little bit easier for you. So here's a few seconds of the song, just so you guys can hear what it kind of all sounds like at the beginning all together. Nothing too crazy, very simple. Try to leave some space for the artist there. Sometimes that's probably the hardest thing to do is overproduce, but for this track, just kept it real simple. Now these are the drums. This is pretty much the very similar to the drum pattern that I played. I prefer to play my drums, and the iPad actually doesn't feel too bad. But if you want to, you can always program them as well. With the organs, I use this program. It's a AUV3 called BeatHawk. For you MPC heads out there, it's a very, very good program. A lot of samples, etc. For the hi-hats, try to use live hi-hats for this song. Here are a few of the examples of some of the hi-hats that I used. Next would be the vocals. I used some one-shots off a kit I bought online on one of the producer websites. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'd like to stretch them out over the keys and kind of play them, keys or pads, and play them like if you were playing an instrument. And here's just kind of what it sounds like. Next is the Cauldron synth. It's a old school synthesizer. Very, 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 very good sounds. Lots of leads, lots of pads, bass, keys, etc. Whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it there if you like synthesizers. For the bass, Arturia just makes one heck out of a plugin. And they have this one available on the PC also and the Mac, but for iOS, this is just one of my favorite synthesizers, and it rivals anything you could find on the desktop, in my opinion, if you know how to use it and you make tweaks to it. What else do we have here? For this, I just have a one-shot vocal. Another one that I grabbed online from one of the producer forums, or I probably purchased the kit. This one right here, Neo Soul Keys, is another one that you can get as a VST, but you could just, if you like playing keys, this is definitely the AUV3 for you. And another thing I like to do is I actually like to sample sounds into this Beatmaker 3, into the iPad. So I do like combining hardware with the iPad environment and workflow. It's really, really, really cool. And you could use MIDI and, you know, whatever workflow you're used to doing, you can also do it on the iPad. Maybe we'll make a different video just on producing a song from scratch. So if that's something you guys are interested in, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to make something brand new for you guys in the future. But for this song, since we're going to be doing other sections, I just wanted to keep this short. So, all right. So if you have any questions, make sure to ask them below, and hope you guys.
What's up? It's your boy Ricky Adams. I came to chill with my boy Hard & Arrow. You know, he doing the beat, I'm doing the vocals, and we doing it in an app called Aria on the iPad.
Cause I'm progressing on the daily, looking for that cream. To that finish, I'ma go, gotta go, but I can't stop. Like the juggernaut, they'll feel the aftershock when I pop. Flying high, yeah, I'm trying to touch the sky when I drop. Let them hate, cause I'm trying to be great with the plot. I know I got what it takes, about to give it all I got. From the bottom like the bass, make you feel it when it drop. They don't wanna see me win, I just gotta call them ops. Killing it, going ham, and that's without calling cops, yeah. I know I got this, cause I am that one, though. So in the dark.
All right, recording the song, probably the easiest part of making the song. Really, all we had to do was go into the menu, add a new track, and once we added a new track, we just selected audio track mono. Just make sure you don't do MIDI on this DAW because you'll be confused. And then you just go to the left. You make it big enough so you can arm the track. You'll see the record track, the arm there. And then on the transport, you do the same thing. And that's it. And then you just record your vocals. And if you want to stack them, this program makes it very, 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 very simple. And that's really all you need to do. And then after you record your vocals, and before you bounce them, you definitely want to do a little bit of simply just leveling them out and making sure that all the levels sound good. Now you can also do everything from this DAW. You can record, you can import instrumental into this, but the way I like to do my songs on the iPad is I actually like to get everything done out of beatmaker 3. That's just my workflow. You could totally make a whole song using just this DAW. Alright, so the last part is the mix down. We're going to import that track, which we're doing now, which I'm soloing, so you can hear the vocal track. We imported that from Aria, and now that it's on beatmaker 3, we just used it as a sample, so we put it on a pad and we stretched it out over the entirety of the track. That way, when we do mix it down, it's not going to cut off the vocal early. You could always turn it into an audio track also, but that's a different lesson for another day. But there's multiple ways to get audio into beatmaker 3, but this is just kind of what works for me the easiest. So that's how we got the audio in, and that's how we stretch that out of the track. Now I'm going to go over different parts of the track and let you hear some of the other things. Some of the other instruments.
Ricky Adams.
What we did is, one of the things I like to do is I always like to put a high pass filter on all the tracks, so that way it separates the treble from the bass portions of the track, and that way your mix is not very muddy. So the good thing about beatmaker 3 is that it has all the different plugins that you can use. So as far as EQs, etc. If you look on his vocals, I actually used a little treble boost on the vocal to get the high EQ ranges to pop out on the track, so his vocals are not sitting on the bottom. So that's one of the things I did with his vocals. And also we compressed them that way for any of the high portions. He wasn't rapping too loud there. So that's it on the vocals for the most part. So if I go through the rest of the track, the drums I like to use this plugin called Lo-Fi Dirt. It emulates a lot of the older vintage samplers, and it's really nice. It adds a lot of punch and warmth to the track. So that's something we do. For the organ, I did a little EQing, a little high pass filter, just like everything else. And then I also did an auto pan, since I like the sound of the organ switching from left to right. For the hi-hat, we did a transient AUV3 on there. Got to change the attack on there. For the sample ooze in the background, we had a little reverb, so it gives it that churchy echo feel. And if that's even a word, I like making up words, as you can tell. But that's what we used on that. And let's see, next on the bass, I like to put a low pass filter, that way the bass is not clashing in with the highs, but I typically like to also compress my bass so it sits well in the mix. So that's what I did for this one. On this track, the keys, high pass filter, Some of the other samples, I do the same thing also. I like using the lo-fi dirt on any type of vocal one-shots, etc. What else are we missing here? Hi-hats we went over. Let's see. And then for the master out, if you want, you can mix inside of Beatmaker 3. They've got some decent AUV3s. This is one that I personally like to use. And if you listen to the master, it at least gives you a good pre-master mix down. I've actually sent out many instrumentals using these limiters and EQs, mastering EQ in there. One of the other ones I like to use is the bass boost on the EQ, just because it really helps bring out the low end, especially if you're doing hip-hop music. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, not much to it. Very, very simple. A lot of leveling and little EQing and high-pass filters here and there, and that's really all we did. And then we just are going to go ahead and bounce this track out.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our song together. For anybody who wants to check out the finished song, we're going to put a link in the description box below, so please make sure to check that out and give us feedback. And while I'm at it, I think I'm going to go ahead and put up the instrumental version. For any of you artists out there who want to do your own take on the song, I would really love to hear what you guys come up with, and maybe we'll get you guys on my next video, and maybe we can create a song together. So once again, thanks for hanging out, and can't wait to see you guys next time.